Hey guys, and welcome back to the second episode of Minecraft Quarantine Survival. I am Xenocraft, and in today's episode we're going to be building our house. As I'm sure you guys can see, we're not in the same place as we were last time. And as you're probably aware, we also were building a house at the end of the last episode. I decided to take that down and move location to the other side of the desert biome we could see in the background, because I didn't like the area that we were in and I wanted a lot of space to be able to expand on the house in future episodes. Now, in between episodes, I flattened this ground using a lot of time and a lot of stone shovels. I've also been to the roof forest biome to get a lot of dark oak planks, dark oak logs, and I've also been mining to get a lot of wood. So we're going to basically spend this episode just building the beginning of a house. Now, I don't know how we're going to build it, but as I'm sure you guys will understand, I'm just going to do it by trial and error. I'm going to try and make it a bit fancy as well. Now, I'd also like to say that I'm not recording this as I'm playing. This will most likely be the last episode that I do it like this. It might be a couple more, it just depends on my circumstances, because I don't actually have the ability to record both at the same time and both be good quality at the moment. However, we are going to be moving over to that way very, very soon. Now, I think in the next episode as well, I'll have finished the house, because we don't finish it in this episode, but I'll finish it in between. And I think we're going to go over to that desert, because what I do know from when I was running through it is there's a village there, there is also a desert temple there, and we've got what looks to be a very interesting savanna biome on the other side of the desert. Now we're going to go and have an exploration episode in the next time, but for now we're going to focus on this episode, and we're basically going to make the first room of our house. Now we're going to use cobblestone, dark oak planks and dark oak logs to make it. Yes, using the logs it's very inefficient, but it's going to give it quite a nice look. Now I do apologise for this video, because I spend a lot of time figuring out how to build the house, and that is all my fault, because I didn't think about it in advance. But we shouldn't be having this issue in future episodes, because it's not going to be having as much building. I hope you guys are all alright as well in the quarantine, because I'm aware that we're going, I think, into week 6 now, and most likely we're going to have even more weeks. So I hope you guys are all okay. And I hope you guys are, keep sane. But yeah, so we're just working out where the windows are going to go here. As you can see, I get the dimensions wrong quite a bit. I do eventually figure it out, which is the good thing. I think what we decide to do is have one in each corner, then a centre 2, and then the rest windows. And see that little creeper over there. Hope he doesn't come out and get us. I do decide to have that as well, where I just place those 2 blocks as the back door, because I don't just want this to be, one house. I flattened all this ground because I want it to be kind of like a mansion in a way eventually. Obviously it's going to start as a small little house, but we're going to have it branching off into massive areas, like this entire plains biome. Also, what I did find quite interesting is just behind us, right in front of us over there, we've got a pillager outpost, which is quite good, because it means that when we decide to do a pillager raid, we can literally just go over there, raid the entire outpost and get everything from there, and then run to the village, which is just over in the desert. You might be able to see it if I do look over in that direction. I'm not sure if I do, but yeah, it is actually, it's rather good. But yes, this is where I start to decide to change what I want for my house, because as you can see, I put down as original all cobblestone on the bottom, but I then choose that I want the logs to be here. And that's just simply because it looks nicer. It looks as if it's being held up by the logs, which is just something, it adds to the style of the house. I do it a little bit different here, because obviously those 4 blocks that I've just taken out now, they're going to be the actual doorway, so I need the pillars to be one to the side. And yeah, this is where I start doing it. I'm aware that I take quite a lot of damage in this episode, and that is simply just because, again, I need to get down to my places quick, and it's easier than doing it any other way. But it is going to be a 2-floor house, I've decided. And we're going to have a large roof, like a pointy roof, not just a flat, boring one. We don't actually get onto that in this episode. I'm going to do that outside because I'm not actually sure how to make that myself. So I need to do a bit of research and see how the best way is. But yeah, it ends up looking quite good for a first house anyway. The good thing about where we've located it as well is there's a lot of room in the front, like kind of garden area, which means there's a lot of room for us to have valves, I'd say, in front of the house. I'm not really sure what I'd want to have in front, but yeah, I made sure to leave a bit of space there. And as I said, we've got a lot of room in the back, which means that we can make whatever we want, whenever we want. Now, as you can see, I'm making the just planks here, not using the oak logs. I can't remember if I actually changed that or not. I don't think I do, but I can't be too sure. I don't think so, actually. This is the problem about doing not live audio commentary, is I forget quite a lot of what we do. But it's not a problem. And yes, I'm aware that my health is only at 2.5 hearts here, or was only at 2.5 hearts. So I do start to do the top layer, just so that we don't lose any more health while I'm up here. But yeah, I do apologise, I've got a little bit of a sniffle here as well, guys. Again, it's just because my hay fever's playing up a little bit. But yeah, I do hope you guys enjoyed the last episode, by the way. It's the first episode on the channel for a very, very long time. You guys can't see it, but I used to have quite a lot of old videos on there. And it is probably the first video that I've uploaded since, I'd probably say 2015. So 5 years ago. And I do have to say myself that the quality of the videos has gone up tenfold, without a doubt. Because it used to be rather embarrassing. But yeah. So as you can see here, guys, we're just going around the top of the house, making the the top layer before the roof starts. I did purposely jump down here because now that my health had regenerated, I wanted to start doing the rest of the pillars. Then we can start filling it in. I do need to go and collect sand actually at some point in between episodes, because I did forget to start smelting windows, and we've got enough coal to do it now, so might as well get doing it, eh? I'm also trying something new with the mic as well, guys, so I don't know if it's going to be any better or any worse. I've taken off the muffler that was on it from the last episode, so it might sound a bit more lively, but the S's and P's very well could sound a bit more, they could pop a bit more. I hope that's not the case, but we'll just have to wait and see. I need to get a proper pop filter, which is why last episode the audio was so quiet and the game audio was so loud. Now it's starting to get night, guys, so I think what we're going to do is just go and have a little sleep, instead of like what we had to do last episode, staying awake the whole night. So we're just going to run over here to our bed and have a little nap, so that it becomes daytime again, because it's always easier to work in the day rather than the night. Well, when we can actually sleep. But yeah, I forgot how long it takes to actually be able to sleep. Rather annoying, that, isn't it? Anyway, so now that we're back, we need to get the corners built. We need to get the first floor built. Now, I do actually change the design of the house as well. Instead of having it being all dark oak, the first floor is oak, like normal oak, and the bottom floor will be oak. But obviously, we don't have a lot of that, so I do end up running out. But once we get to the next episode, it'll be all done, because what I'm going to do is go and chop down some trees, get some glass, just make sure that I make it so that it's a lot better, and we'll have the house completed, which is something that I know needs to be done. It's also so that you guys don't have to watch me have 2 episodes of not being able to build a house, which is always a bit embarrassing, but you know, it's part of the fun. And there you go, you can see a pillager leader just over there. We don't go and attack him or anything. Just let him wander off. I think there's another. Yeah, there is another one there. We just let them wander off. We don't want to attack them yet. We've not got the armor. We've not got the weapons. We've literally got nothing. So they probably wouldn't kill us, but it's always best not to. And especially with my health so low now, I didn't realise how low our health actually was when I jumped down from up there. You see, it's starting to take place now, because we've got the front of it kind of like laid out. Just need to get the corners done, and then we can get a staircase and get the walls done. Let's just stack up a little bit here in order to be able to finish this one column off, because I didn't bother to check if we'd be able to do it or not. There we go, all nice and done. So that creeper is still over there, that's fine. Most of the corners done, we've just got 2 more left to do. It's nice and easy to get done, it's not too difficult at all. You just have to jump to get the top there and then pull it down. There we go. Now I'll do the same on this side and we'll be good to go. Jump down, get those 2, or those 3. There we go. Right, so now we've got the basic outlay of the house. We need to start looking at doing a floor at some point. I think this is where we start doing the floor. I'm not entirely sure. No, it's not. First of all, we're making the actual windows, and I think I decided to change it being just 1. Do I? Yeah, I do change it. So as you can see here, we just left a window gap of 1, but I wanted a window gap of 2 because it looks a bit nicer. So we just destroy what I just did there and do it again, but make it 1 higher. Just makes the windows, it'll make them bigger, make them nicer to see. So as you guys can see, we're just going to get rid of these wooden planks here, wooden logs, replace that with cobblestone, as it just looks a bit nicer. And we're going to go and go 2 high now. And of course, I place it 1 high. You know. There we go. Right, finally starting to get it right. So we just have to go along here, get in a nice straight row, and we'll be good to go. There we go. As soon as this is done, we can actually focus on getting the rest of the house done. Just need to get the actual wood from the chest over there. I kind of organised the chests as well. Like, we've got 2 over there. One of them with the current building materials, and one of them just with everything else. So the current building materials being the dark oak, the cobblestone. I think I might put the oak in it. I might not. They might be the other one, but I'm not too sure. I do apologise. I did just yawn. But yeah. And I think, yeah, we decided to put that there. There we go. So I finally have a good layout of a house. It's probably the nicest house that I've ever built, to be fair. Because I don't tend to usually do fancy houses like this. I usually just create a simple plank house. So it's starting to take shape. I'd like how it's all separated into like little windows, kind of. I'm a big fan of that because it looks quite cool. Just need to decide whether I want to use glass blocks or glass panes. Most likely I'll use panes, but we'll see. And I just decided to, I can't remember if I replaced it on or not with the wood. But yeah. So I think this is where I decide that we need to go and get the, we're going to go and get the oak planks now. Well, maybe not. Have to go back first and choose to do something else by the looks of it. I do apologise if you hear any background noise as well. Again, it's just simply because everyone in my house is at home because they can't do anything. So there might be a little bit of background noise of people running up and down the stairs. Hopefully, you won't be able to hear that. And in all likelihood, you shouldn't be able to, so we should be alright. But yeah, so here we go. We've got the oak planks, and we're now going to go up onto what I think is a good height for the second floor, so that we can get a floor filled out, and it's nice and sorted. And that creeper has in fact seen us, so we just need to be very, very careful there, because I don't want him to come over here and explode. And yeah, I apologise about the noise that you can hear. I'm definitely going to be trying to edit that one out. There we go. Right, the creeper has actually managed to get himself out of that water, so you need to be very careful. We do not want him to blow up here at all, so I'm just going to get away from the house as soon as possible. And yes, our parrot is still alive. That one was, I've done quite good actually. I don't know if he needs feeding or not. Like, I don't know how to heal him, sorry. But yeah, he is still alive, which is always a nice thing. But yeah, so let's start on this staircase, and let's start on the top floor, which is always going to be a nice thing, yeah. And now, obviously, I've not got a lot of oak wood, so I've got to be very careful with it. But I just create a little outline, really. I don't do much. And I do want to say that this episode is going to be a lot shorter than the last episode, for the simple fact that last episode was the first episode, getting into it all. You know, I wanted to get the more boring stuff out of the way. So, like, this is just going to be a normal 20-minute episode. That's going to be how long most of the episodes actually are. So, it's just for you guys so that you don't get too bored, you know. It's got to be nice and funny. But, yeah, just 20 minutes, I thought, nice. That's a nice time for the episode. As you can see, I'm trying to place the block in midair. I should have just placed it on the side, shouldn't I? Now, yeah, I do think that the next episode will be a live commentary, but again, it is just simply the fact that I need to make sure that the quality of the audio is going to be as good as the quality of the audio on the pre-recorded ones, and that's simply just because I don't want it to have a drop off, to have more stutters, more more, you know, me not knowing what I'm going to say when I'm playing the game, which is a very good possibility because I'm not the best at doing live commentaries, as that's all I used to do on my old channel. Now, as you can see, we've already run out of the oak planks, and I've just fallen off the top floor, but it's going to go back up to the top and get the rest of this floor done with the last 14 that we've got. Then we're going to go around the outside of the house and just do a cobblestone wall kind of thing, like what we did with the bottom floor. I think we start with a dark oak first, though, actually, as well as getting these the ones that I wasted, because we don't want to have any waste in the house, eh? But yeah, also our axe did break, so I apologise about this really slow breaking. It is very, very slow and very annoying. Now, the good thing is about this seed as well. I left the seed in the description for you guys so you can actually see it. But the best thing about this seed is that within probably a couple hundred blocks of spawn, I'm not sure how far we actually travelled last episode and how far I travelled in between, but every single type of wood is within walking distance, which means we can get the saplings, which means we can get the trees, which means that the house itself could be made out of any wood, which is always a nice thing, because it means we can have a nice variety. Obviously, we can use other materials other than wood, but I'm trying to look at how to at the types of wood that we can actually use. Now, there's one more wasted block here that can fill that one gap that we had up at the top. Obviously, we've got a lot more to fill in, but for now, we kind of can't do anything, because I wanted to finish building the house first. I think it's going to be getting night time again shortly, not just yet. Just need to make sure that we hurry to get this done. So, as I said, we're going to use dark oak planks to make sure that we go over the cobblestone. But first, we have to lay the one layer of cobblestone, just so it has some resemblance to the bottom floor as well. It's not going to be identical, but it's just going to be a nice little feature. I think what we're going to have in this house, most likely, is just going to be the storage. So we're going to make this kind of like the storage room with the upper floor. I don't know, maybe a storage room or not, just because we want to make sure we've got places to put everything as we get them. So we don't want to have like just chests full of random stuff. Obviously, we need to make a bedroom and all that, but we can just place the bed anywhere in this house for now, and we'll be fine until we can actually expand on the house. It's not too much of an issue, as the end goal for this series right now, quickly go around and destroy the Ender Dragon as fast as we can. As I said, I think in the last video, as of recording this, we're on the 2nd of May, the audio of this actually, because the video is recorded a separate day. We're not going to be going into the nether on this series until 1.16 has been released, not on beta. So it could still be a while until we kill the Ender Dragon, but one video a week, I'm hoping it won't be that long. Only because I don't want to go into the nether of this seed and for it to spawn in the old nether, which is just the wastelands biome, and for it to be like all around the spawn area of the nether, just the wastelands. I want to go into the nether once it has been updated, so we have all the other biomes as well, which is just something that it's going to be more interesting for me and also more interesting for you guys. So as you can see, the house is actually almost done. We've just got a couple bits more to do in this episode, and then I'm going to go on it outside of the episode and edit it myself, you know, finish it, make sure it's done. And as I do want to emphasize, guys, this series is all in survival. I'm making sure that we're not doing anything on this seed in creative at all, so it's going to be complete legitimate like no worries about that. Just going to go and place these logs on the top row, just because again it adds that nice little kind of aesthetic feature to the house. Yeah, it makes it look just a little bit nicer for some reason, adding the logs. So we're just going to get placing them, and I think we're almost done for this episode. It's one more set, I think, get around the front of the house, and then we're good to go. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching this episode, really. Again, I'm going to make sure that the audio on this is a lot louder than the game audio, because I'm aware that in parts of the last episode you couldn't actually hear me. So make sure we don't make the same mistake this time, and I apologise if the audio isn't perfect quality. I do aim for it to be a lot better in coming episodes, but again, it is just waiting to be able to get the stuff, because I'm aware that right now we can't get much stuff unless it's ordered from online due to the lockdown in the UK. Now, I'd like to thank you guys for watching. Please can you leave a like and a subscribe. You know, it means a lot to me because I'm trying my best this time. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video, and yeah, stay safe. See you soon.